What do you think? Good. Morning, it's Thursday, December 29th, 2016. And we're out for a potty break at Vicky's place. So no backyard where you can just let a dog out. So that's what we got to do. It's a little bit after 7 and I got to get ready for work and head in there. So pretty cold out and I'm walking around here with the dog. So stay tuned for more. Nice, I finally figured out what's underneath the car cover. Mustang. Sophie! Soph, it's cold. Alright, so today is Sophie's first day spending the day at Vicky's place all by herself. So, what day is today? Today's Thursday? So yesterday my parents left they're gonna be gone for a couple months. So no one's gonna be home with Sophie all day every day. And so now she gets to travel around with me. So when I go to Vicky's, she comes to Vicky's. So I know Grant was sad yesterday when I told him that Sophie and I were going to Vicky's place. So my one buddy was just telling me a little bit of a story. He was selling off his mining gear, and he has I think he had a total of 6 cards, and he sold them all. And he said 2 of them went to unique buyers, and 4 of them went to one person. So this one person, excuse me, this one person bought 4 cards, and he's like, oh, that's kind of suspicious. So he Googled the address and stuff, and found out that it was some sort of a scam or something. So it's something like after you ship it, then they demand an address change, and then they probably say that they didn't receive the items or something along those lines, and they get their money back or refunded from PayPal, eBay, and you know, my buddy's out of his hardware. So other than that, Zcash and Bitcoin have been just rock stars. So I don't know what is going on with Bitcoin with the holidays and everything. I've been pretty busy to try to follow up and research what's going on, but Bitcoin, I think it's like above $900 per Bitcoin. It's definitely the highest price it's ever been in a year. It might even be like 2 or 3 years the highest price it's been. So I'm not really holding Bitcoin because it's so high. I've been cashing it out, and I don't know, I got like something like $600 in crypto right now. Now that my parents are gone, I've been thinking more and more about what I need to do for my car and all that stuff. So I need to basically pull the trigger and do something. So I'm gonna pull the engine and trans, most likely do the torque converter and the turbos. Now I need to figure out a way to test the turbos that I have, because I don't want to go through all this work and then be like, oh great, you know, my turbos are bad that I just installed, because I bought them used for like $100. Otherwise I gotta research other turbos and stuff. I gotta figure out all my finances. So I gotta pay off my Christmas credit card and all that. It's a couple grand. I gotta dip into savings for that, but it is what it is. I gotta make this happen. Tired. Everybody slept like logs last night. Sophie, after 3 days of getting chased around by Grant, she didn't wake up once in the night. She was snoring so loud last night. And even all day today, she'll be catching up on sleep and all that. So today's Thursday. My buddy and I, Luke, we're going to try to block off our lunch hour and edit photos, like remotely or whatever. So he originally wanted to get together tonight. He's got stuff going on. I don't want to work tonight. Today's my first day back at work, so I've been off for the last 3 days, including the weekend, almost a week. Tomorrow night, working on my car. So I will be getting my key unstuck from the ignition. That bastard is still in there. And I don't know, I really want to figure out this clock spring issue. So I got a couple ideas. One is plug in just my original clock spring with the steering angle sensor that works and see if that works. And then also use like the new one with the electronics pass-through portion. So, wow, I am really tired, but I got some awesome sleep. So that's it. It's after 8. I'm already running late to work, and I'm only a block away, so stay tuned for more. What's going on, everybody? So I figured the question's going to come up at some point as to how do I do this? How do I do daily vlogs and keep on top of it and all that? So let me show you just kind of my workflow really quick here, and it's pretty simple because I've been doing this for so long. I created a workflow that's basically not too complicated. So here I am. I do all my editing in clips within Sony Vegas Pro. So what I do is, let me show you here. I got a folder, and this is basically my vlog. And what I do is I have each day separated out. So I take the videos from my video camera and drop them into folders for each individual day. Now, I also have a couple special segments. So I have my intro video as well as my outro video. And then my, originally was called the Ethereum report, but this is the crypto report. So within here, I have all my weekly crypto reports, and then I render them out to each Monday's folder. So, having said that, what I need to do, here's what I'll show you. So I'm working on Wednesdays here, and specifically for Wednesday, I'm actually recording this clip or this audio that I'm talking to you on right now on Thursday. So it's officially the 29th on Thursday. So what I'm going to do is, this was yesterday. So if you go in here under media and stuff, you can kind of see that my I have these other clips in here. So you're not going to see these in my blog or my vlog video. What these are, these were my car repair videos. So these would go underneath my car video YouTube channel, separate from my vlog video. So what I will do is I'll cut these out or pull these out. So let me do a cut, and I'll go over to videography, car video files, and we will say episode 126. And this is coil pack or cylinder 6 spark plug. And I always create a media folder, and I paste those video files in, and I can show you. Let's see if it'll show up. So this is basically what it is, but I cut my head off, so that's interesting. Alright, so let's go back, and I'll show you what I do like on a daily video. So let's go back into Vegas, and you can see it's untitled. So let me go ahead and save this for my daily video. So we'll go to Computer, Seagate, Videos, Bob Vlog, Wednesday, and I will just title this the date. Wednesday. Okay. And, you know, I basically follow the same format. Now, I should just create a template that always opens up with my files already in there. But what I'm going to do is go back into my intro video, grab this, and drag it into Vegas Pro, drag it down into here, say no, and this is my video clip that you see every day. Then we'll go back to Wednesday, and what I'm going to do is, these are all my video clips, and instead of just dragging them over, here's an issue that I'm having with my particular video camera. So I've selected view details. These are all the files. If I sort them by date, here's an issue that I have. If you look at the file names, it goes 0128, 129, 130, and then it jumps to 4, 5, 6, and then back up to 141, 142, etc. So this is an issue with my video camera. Ideally, my file names would be in order. I don't know what is causing this to happen all the time. So normally I would be able to select all these, drag them all into Vegas, and drop them onto my timeline in order because the file names are in order. What I need to do instead is do them sequentially by time. So I'm going to grab these first three, I'm going to drag them into Vegas Pro, and they're already highlighted, so then I drag them down into the timeline. Now I'm going to go back and grab these next 4 that are out of order, so 4, 5, 6, drag those into Vegas, and you'll see how it, see down here, it puts them above these other ones because it's sorted by file name. There might be a way to sort it by creation date. So now I'll grab the rest of these clips, drag them into Vegas, and drag them down to the timeline and line it up. And from here, all we need is an outro video. So we'll go back into my folder, we'll go to outro final renders, and what I'll do is I'll find one that kind of meets up with the theme for the day. So Wednesday, spend time with Vicky. Let's find one with Vicky. How about that? That works. So drag that, and it'll be down here at the bottom. Drag it to the end, and that's it. We'll save it. And the only other thing is, you'll see down here, this is the audio track. So this is the audio section of each video portion. So this is the video, this is the audio that goes along with each video. And you can see how these bumps and peaks and valleys differ greatly. What I typically do is I'll click on, like this one looks like it's like higher than everything else. I'll hit play, and I'll kind of look over here at the meter, and that looks a little loud. So I'm going to drag it down just a little bit. Same with this. I'm not going to drag it down too low because Grant's talking in this clip, and he's quiet. So he's like down here. I'm like up here. So if I lower too much, you won't be able to hear Grant. We'll kind of check some of these other ones here. So this particular clip is related to my car repair. So I need to cut those or copy those over and out of here. So, but that's it. So then with Vegas, all you have to do is double click above your image or your video, and you'll see here there's like a little gray bar that goes across here. That's your render loop. So now I would just go to File, Render As, and then that would allow me to render this window out to my final file. Like I said, I need to remove these 2 files here. So all that I'll do is just go like that. Is this one a car one? No. So then I'll just select this, drag it over. Oh, I missed a piece. There it goes. Select it, drag it over, and that'll be my final video. So it looks to be just under 7 minutes. And I've had videos go all the way up to almost an hour, like Christmas Eve 2016, for instance, was almost an hour. So that's a lot of videoing. But what I do is I carry my camera on my hip most of the time, and I always have it ready, and something noteworthy goes on, I just grab it quick and film away. As you can tell, you know, if you've been following along, my video clips aren't very technically
pretty nice. The lighting is usually horrible. The video camera I'm using is over 5 years old, but it doesn't really matter. It's what works for me. And what you guys need to do is find out what works for you. This is just a little bit of a sampling of what my workflow is. Now, this allows me to put out a lot of content very quickly. So this is how I'm able to do daily vlogs. Now, one other thing that I used to use, but my trial ran out, is a plugin called Vegasaur. And it's a Sony Vegas plugin. It's like $100, and I've never had cash laying around to just buy the thing. But what that lets you do is take all these like files or project files and dump them into a queue, so you can render multiple files, like in a row, I guess you could say, or multiple videos in a row. So that's something if you're into Sony Vegas. I've used other, Adobe Premiere and all that shit, and After Effects and stuff. Sony Vegas, just for these purposes, is really simple, really easy. I've even built and created the intro and all that for within Sony Vegas, as well as the outros. So yeah, let me know if you have any comments or questions. But this is kind of just a little peek into how I do my video vlogs. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Alright, so I'm just getting out of work for the day, and it was a really good, productive day. I ended up, over our lunch break, Luke and I edited, or not edited, but we went through the last wedding we shot. We did like our first pass where we go through, look at all the images. It's cold, sorry. And pick out like the keepers. Oh, god damn. So, I've been talking about it for how long? But I finally made up my mind and decided to pull the trigger. And I ordered the parts to work on my car. Expensive parts. So here's the plan. I'm going to replace the torque converter, and I'm going to replace the turbos with the used turbos that I bought. I'm going to figure out a way or how to test the turbos ahead of time. So today I bought a torque converter. It was $800. $300 will be refunded back once I give them my core. I bought a hose kit that was a little over $200. So that's all the silicone hoses underneath my hood. I figured if I break a clamp or anything working on the car, I'm fucked. So I might as well get the hose kit. It included all the silicone hoses, but also the worm gears, or the hose clamps. I also got, what else did I buy? I bought a seal for the torque converter. So when you put the torque converter on, there's a seal that goes along with it. So I just spent almost $1,200. So I don't even know what to say right now. That's a lot of money. Just after Christmas time too. So the torque converter, they said, can take upwards of 3 weeks to have made or built or created or whatever, fabricated. I don't know. So I got a message from my cousin. He had an engine lift. He let me borrow his engine lift last time I worked on my car to go stage 2. And I gotta hit up my brother-in-law and see if I can borrow his jack and his jack stands. He has heavy duty everything, so his jack stands can go like 2 feet high. His jack is a industrial style jack or whatever, so it can go a lot higher than my shitty one. I'm a little freaking out right now. It's one of those moments where I just have to stay focused, believe in myself, and make it fucking happen. It's not outside of my ability. It's just every time I do big projects, if I tell anyone, they start talking and putting this doubt in my brain, and that's what really fucks me up. So that's it. I gotta get over to Vicky and let Sophie out. She's been there all alone all day. Heart is racing right now. So it's a lot of money to spend on a car that's 15 years old. But I don't know. I don't know what to say or do. So that's about it. So stay tuned for more.